Hi, I'm Will Murray, and welcome to Team 12's group research project. For this assignment, we researched 4 companies, picked the one that seemed like it might be the best investment choice, and then we made a simulated investment in the company's stock. You'll find out how our investment did at the end of this presentation. The company we chose to invest in was JPMorgan Chase & Company. It is a giant in the capital markets industry, with a history stretching all the way back to 1799. My teammates will give you more information about the company.
Hi, my name is Jenifer Solano, and our group came together to dig deeper into JPMorgan Chase & Company. First, let's start with their mission statement, and I quote, "We are devoted to building and maintaining the best and most respected financial services company in the world, serving our clients and growing our communities globally." This statement goes to say that the main goal of JPMorgan Chase is trying to be the best that they can be as a company and drive to always serve their clients in the best way possible. There are many core values that JPMorgan Chase strives and thrives to be the greatest at. A couple of those values are to strive to build and maintain the best, and to be the most efficient system and operations. They are field and client driven, investing for the long term to serve their clients. They set the highest standards of performances as well as executing with both skill and urgency. All of these core values are what describe what JPMorgan Chase is all about.
Hey guys, my name is Jacob Malolot, and I will be guiding you through the JPMorgan & Co. timeline. It starts off in 1799. Manhattan Company was founded. This is the earliest predecessor to JPMorgan Chase, whereas in 1839, the Bank of Commerce opened, and this was the earliest predecessor to only the JPMorgan family tree. If we skip to 1913, J. Pierre Point Morgan died while traveling in Rome on March 31st. His son would then become the senior partner of JPMorgan & Co. In 1924, Chase National Bank hired Mary Vale Andres, the first female officer at a major New York City bank main office. This was a step to pioneering women in banking. When 1940 came along, JP Morgan went public. JP Morgan Jr. became the firm's senior partner and the new corporation's first chairman. In 1958, Chase launched the first credit card in New York, which was eventually renamed Unicard and then became a precursor to Visa. As in 1960 came Chase Manhattan introduction to the octagon logo. This was meant to be a simple yet powerful form that gave a feeling of motion centered around the square. In 1961, Chase Manhattan installed computer equipment for electronic processing of checks. This system processed more than 1 million checks a day in its first year. In 1966, credit cards went national, and in 1995, Chase introduced online banking services. When the year 2000 came along, JP Morgan merged with Chase Manhattan, where they renamed the firm to JPMorgan Chase & Co. The year 2010, Chase brought along mobile banking, which was an innovative feature to help customers manage their accounts on their mobile phones. In 2015, Chase Pay Express Checkout was introduced. This was a better payment experience for in-store and online app purchases. Finally, in 2019, Advancing Black Pathways is an initiative to focus on wealth, education, and careers to accelerate economic opportunities for Black people.
Jamie Dimon, Chairman and CEO.
He was born in New York City, and he continues to live there to this day. He graduated from Tufts University in 1978, where he majored in psychology and economics. He also got his master's degree in business administration from Harvard Business School in 1982. In March of 2000, he became CEO of Bank One, which eventually got bought out by JPMorgan & Chase. He became president and chief operating officer for the company. On December 31st, 2005, he was named CEO of JPMorgan & Chase. He leads with morals. Changing the company's mentality to good enough is never enough. If you can not keep up with standards that you consider higher than that, can be devastating to the business. His human relation skills is about him thinking that treating every member of the team properly and with respect regardless of their position at the company makes a great leader. He understands that making a connection with each employee is a must. With using employee motivation, he believes the quote-unquote secret weapon that every leader has to use is recognition. Complimenting people on their skills and abilities, this acknowledgement shows that there are many people who are good at what they do, which in turn shows you are open to observing and learning from them. market conditions. As of June 2021, the market share is 14%. Top competitors are HSBC, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citi, and Morgan Stanley. The 4 Ps, all in JPMorgan and Chase's marketed strategies, are product, price, place, and promotion. Price follows competitive pricing but keeps interest rates low. JPMorgan tries to cut their prices to remain competitive. Place is the personal services that are provided at bank branches and through ATMs, 5,300 branches and around 15,500 ATMs. Online and mobile banking as well. Customers can create accounts and have access to their balance, savings, and other information. The promotion, mostly done through client relation, great relationships with clients. The company tries its best to take care of all financial needs of the clients. Quote-unquote Chase at Work program, employees visit clients and give personalized services. For the product, who they provide to investors, financial institutions, corporations, municipal entities, and the government. They provide advice on corporate structure and strategy. They facilitate different lenders to finance loans, cash, securities, and derivative instruments. Credit cards, small business, home loans, and home equity line of credit, auto finance, education finance, retirement and investing, personal bank accounts, and merchant services.
JPMorgan Chase's operation strategy is based on the 4 pillars of opportunity, which are small business expansion, neighborhood revitalization, jobs and skill development, and lastly, financial health. The way that they make these products or services that lead ultimately to customer satisfaction and increased profitability is by rebuilding the way of business to make it more convenient with online banking via the Chase mobile online banking app. Another way is by having branches all over the world, making it accessible for all members and clients.
Hi, I'm Jamar Clark. It was surprising to see how much diversity there was on the JPMorgan Chase website. It seems like every other section of the website there is diversity. The only reason they would prioritize diversity this much is because they want to grow the community more. Seeing the news and stories about how they give back to different communities and looking at the pages of their employees, you can see all these people with many different backgrounds. They back up what they say and it works. The company set up the JPMorgan Chase Institute, which is a think tank to give out data and offer careful analysis that addresses the economy and offers insight on public good. Back in 2013, JPMorgan Chase had violated the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. They committed this act because they wanted to get in more business. They call it the Son and Daughters Program. JPMorgan Chase knew it was unethical, but believed it was the only way to gain more business in China. JPMorgan Chase says that they have improved their hiring practices ever since then. Sustainable development is described as a way to develop by using resources that allows them to be reusable. For example, using recycled materials. Green initiatives such as renewable energy and clean technology will help the environment. We need to keep the ecosystems in check because a healthy ecosystem gives us raw materials and resources to make stuff like medicine. Between 2008 and 2016, JPMorgan Chase was caught manipulating the market. Spoofing is when traders place orders and cancel them to change their prices for their own benefit. This was the first and last time they have been involved in a spoofing incident, but I'm pretty sure they have learned their lessons after paying nearly $1 billion.
For this project, we had to pick 2 different industries and then pick 2 companies within the industries. We initially selected JPMorgan Chase & Company and Morgan Stanley from the capital markets industry in the financial sector, and Broadcom and Logitech from the computer hardware industry in the technology sector. Next, we crunched a bunch of numbers for each company, and, after reviewing all the numbers, we picked the company that seemed to make the best investment decision to us. We picked the capital markets because they finance the economy and support economic growth and financial stability. Of the 4 companies, JPMorgan Chase & Company had the greatest amount of working capital by far, 3 times more than Morgan Stanley, 30 times more than Broadcom, and 300 times more than Logitech. It made sense to pick a company that seemed too big to fail. For the net profit margin and the current ratio, which is a measure of how well a company is positioned to pay off all of its current liabilities, JPMorgan came in first again. When it came to return on equity and the debt-to-equity ratio, the hardware-based companies came out on top, since physical inventory gives their assets a boost. Between the 2 capital market companies, JPMorgan still came out on top. Since the capital markets do not have physical inventory, we were unable to consider inventory turnover or the acid test for these companies. Ultimately, we selected JPMorgan Chase & Company because it seemed to be the best choice and most likely to do well in our investing simulation. This turned out to be a poor time to invest due to the uncertainty in the stock market surrounding Russia and the Ukraine. We invested about $14,000 each in JPMorgan Chase and an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, which is an indicator of how the stock market performed as a whole. Overall, the S&P had a rough time, losing us $427.04, or 3% of its value. JPMorgan suffered from more volatility, and it lost us $782.10, or 5.5% of its value, which was 2.5% worse than the S&P. In total, we lost $1,209.14, or 4.3% of our starting investment. Still, JPMorgan Chase & Company fared better than many of the other stocks in the financial sector, so we feel good about our choice.
As you can see, we used several resources in order to compile our research. Naturally, the site that we got most of our information was from jpmorganchase.com.
Footnotes at the bottom of each slide refer to the yellow words on these pages, making it easy for you to cross-reference the information.
The Investopedia.com stock market simulator was invaluable in helping us simulate actual investing in the stock market, and it was fun too.
I am Jamar Clark, one of 4 people who worked on this project, and I like to play Overwatch and Valorant.
Hey, I'm Jacob Malolot. I was glad to be in such an amazing group, and I have a dog that I love very much, and her name's Aika.
I'm Will Murray, the team leader, technical guru, and graphic designer. I have 2 dogs, Boo and Holly.
I am Jenifer Solano. I was very enthusiastic about learning how JPMorgan Chase & Company works. I also have a dog, an all-black German Shepherd. His name's Rocky, and he will be turning 6 in May.
We hope that you enjoyed the presentation and learned something too. A big thank you to Professor Reggie for the opportunity to do this project and learn more about companies, ratios, and the stock market.
The end.